So let's take a look at verse 19, because I think this is something that, most of us can relate to in some form of fashion, whether it comes to earning a livelihood, however you make your paper. Sometimes greed has the tendency to creep up. And I'm curious, as a business owner yourself, as a young professional, how have you dealt with greed kind of stepping into your life or kind of wanting to get involved in some of your ventures?
I would say I'd actually point the lens inward to myself where, starting anything, you're thinking, ooh, I can make this. And then if I flip it like this, I'll do this over here. And it's like, wait. If you're really only going after the quote unquote paper, like that's going to get
Mhm.
old. And after
Yeah.
a while, you're just going to turn into just a greedy monster and you're not doing what you set out to do. So, even with YouTube or however
Mhm.
you want to put it, like sometimes we're just after the views and the things that look good and X, Y, and Z, and you really lose the love and the passion for what you're doing. So, yeah, that's happened to me. Oh my God, throughout my whole career with everything that I've been doing, even starting new businesses, you think
Mhm.
of the bottom line first, where it's like,
Right.
no, why did you start this business and why do you want to do it? That's what's going to sustain you. So that's happened to me a lot.
That's real. I know I can definitely relate. I've had those instances where my only focus was on the money. If I can be completely transparent with you, I took a leap of faith years ago, leaving corporate America to, pursue purpose and, go on this path that God has set me on. And one of the things that I knew for quite some time when I was working in corporate America is that I was just there for the check. It was one of those things where for me, it wasn't so much that I loved it. I definitely didn't love the work. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the work at times. I really enjoyed the people that I work with and definitely loved the benefits that came with working
Yeah.
for the company that I work for. But it was just for me the dissatisfaction of coming home at night and knowing that, hey, I really didn't enjoy that. That was like a large portion of my day spent at a place doing something that I really don't have a passion to do. And I felt that I was robbing myself to continue to go there and do that. And the only thing that kept me there was the check. And I know for a fact that it impacted my mindset, especially when I left and I wasn't making as much money. Then I
Mhm.
started thinking, like what things can I do in order to bring in more money and make money? And I started considering all of these different avenues and ventures. And I got to a point where I was just like, you know what? I need to slow down because all I'm doing is copying and pasting what I applied to corporate America to all of these other ventures. All I'm doing is trying to collect a check. And I don't know if that's something that somebody out there can relate to, but I'm pretty sure it may be, is sometimes we don't even realize when we're repeating a cycle. We may be doing it in a different way or in a different environment, but it's the same thing. Chasing a check, whether you're doing it at the 9 to 5 corporate spot or whether you're doing it as an entrepreneur, doing something that will bring in cash, but isn't necessarily your passion, I feel like it's one and the same.
Yeah, I agree. That's true. I love the analogy that you said with copy paste because it's true. Like one
Yeah,
thing from someone be like, I'm getting out of this. I'm not going to do it again. Where
right.
no, you're really pasting that into your life and you're seeing the same results and doing the same thing. So that was a good point.
Yeah, and I promise you, like I didn't recognize it at the time. There were things that I was considering doing as an entrepreneur, and I was just like, I'm really just doing this because I want to get a bag. And I'm like, how much fun is that going to be? Now the things that I do, I enjoy them, even when it may be taxing. I give you an example. When I do audiobooks, I do them sparsely because of how much work goes into it. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm going to enjoy the product and I'm also going to enjoy the bag that come along with it. And it is different from going to a 9 to 5, working for me 50 to 60 hours a week. And then at the end of it, all you got is to check the show. At least at the end of what I'm doing, whether it's editing somebody's podcast or putting a voiceover to something for somebody, I get the bag and I get the satisfaction of putting my time towards creating something that somebody's going to use and something that I can be proud of and that person is actually going to enjoy as well. So for me, it's like that's a win-win.